Hey gamers, Gecko here. Today I come to you with some unfortunate news. Venom, the next DLC character in Guilty Gear Strive, has been delayed. This was an announcement made earlier today by Arc System Works. And while it is a very sad announcement, knowing that we're not going to be getting content when we were told we were going to get content, there are a couple of things in this blog post that I want to talk about. They harp on some interesting things, and it brings up a couple of ideas that I think we should discuss regarding around Guilty Gear Strive. So, let's get into it, shall we? Only Arxis would be able to make me do 2 sludges in 1 week. That's a record. So here we have the official post on the Arxis website. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to go and read it yourself. However, I'm just going to give a general read through before we go into the things I actually want to talk about. Thank you for your continued support for Guilty Gear Strive. Today we would like to share an update regarding the release timing of the new character, Venom. While the release was initially planned for early 2025, in order to provide the character at the best quality possible, we have changed plans for the release to after the Arc World Tour Finals 2024, scheduled for March 21st to March 23rd. Please see below for the updated roadmap reflecting this change. The development team came to this conclusion after extensive discussion, in order to secure enough time to provide the best gaming experience possible to the players. We offer our sincere apologies for the extended wait and our gratitude to everyone for your understanding and support through this. Regarding the highly requested improvements to the network mode and additions of new features to training mode, the team is currently at work on development with your feedback in mind. We expect these features to require additional time. We will provide additional news on the schedule for these updates once more details are available. Thank you for your continued patience. The development team will continue endeavoring to make sure the games meet everyone's expectations. Thank you for your support for Guilty Gear Strive. Guilty Gear Strive producer, Ken Miyauchi. As you can see, a shorter blog post than general, just announcing a couple of small details. Now, I am not going to lie to you. When it said that Venom was going to come out early 2025, I did genuinely expect it to already be at the end of March. I was not expecting a winter release date. I was hopeful that maybe we'd get news in February. However, I very much expected to get Venom at the end of March after the Arc World Tour. So this, personally, to me, is not that big of a shock. I would have been amazed if we actually got Venom earlier, especially because the Arc World Tour is happening. I think this has come with a bit of a shift in perspective for Arc System Works, though. There's been a critique around the Arc World Tour and the way that Strive is actually handled as an esport and as a game. You may notice, if you look at the Arc World Tour's schedule, that it goes through entire seasons. So it will start in one season and it will end in another. Notoriously, this Arc World Tour started in Season 3, went to Season 3.5, and has now ended in Season 4. This entire season has gone through 3 big balance changes, which have completely shaped up the game and changed the meta completely. And because of that, being a player in the Arc World Tour has become kind of stressful. I know several top-end players have been complaining constantly about how the game changes so much. Let's say you learn a character because they're very good in the season, and then they immediately get nerfed, and now you have to go and play for the biggest prize pot that you possibly can. It's not fun. It's led to a lot of burnout and a lot of stress for a lot of players. Hopefully, this decision is Arxis seeing that and responding to that mostly. Obviously, there is just a chance that Venom needs more time in the oven with, let's be real, the catastrophe that was the launch of Season 4. I'm sure that a lot of things have been mixed up and changed around for the Guilty Gear Strive team. And I'm sure it's led to a lot of very stressful situations for the developers, which I do not envy. I hope that they are all being treated well. I hope that they all have the time that they need, and this is giving them breathing room instead of a couple of extra weeks of crunch. That's my sincerest hope throughout all of this. But with the massive changes that needed to be made to make Season 4 good, we've seen this cascading effect of things being pushed further and further down the line. And while hopefully that doesn't continue to happen, and we do get Unica and Lucy out at the time the developers wanted, it makes sense that because of that, Venom might have been pushed down the line, as he might not just be ready yet. Game development's hard. Game development is hard. But it could also be the fact that they didn't want to release a character in a window where they could then be played in the Arc World Tour. We don't know how good Venom is going to be. We don't even know what his actual full moveset's going to be like. He could be generally ported over from like how he is in the older games, similar to someone like Leo. He could have a complete redesign, similar to Ramlethal. He could have essence of his old moveset with some new stuff. We just don't know. So because of that, I think it is a good idea to make sure that he doesn't release within a month of the Arc World Tour, just so you don't have to have that argument of should he be allowed or not. The last thing you would want as a competitor is a new character coming out, him being absolutely broken, and everyone now using him to sweep the tournament. If it happens after the Arc World Tour, that's fine for Arxis. That's something that we have to deal with. But I don't think they want that happening in their own tournament. I think a combination of these two problems, the cascading effects, and them not wanting to have to deal with Venom in the Arc World Tour, has probably led to this decision, which I think is a good decision. I hope they do continue to make more stable decisions as we get closer and closer to the Arc World Tour final. I also think not releasing a whole new season in the middle of the Arc World Tour is probably a good idea. Hopefully, these are both things that they've started to consider and will use going forward later into Guilty Gear Strive's life, but also into their next projects. So the likelihood is now they've said the end of March. We've had characters where it's been like, oh, they're coming late October, and they've come out October 31st. She's literally on the screen right now. So I would say that you could expect Venom to come out on March 31st. That would be my guess. I've learned a little bit of Arxis speech. When they mean end of, they mean end of. Likelihood is Arc World Tour, we will be getting a trailer though. Also, you should just watch it. The Arc World Tour is sick. The Arc World Tour is genuinely amazing. Last year, I streamed the whole thing on Twitch, and I'll probably be doing it again this year. And we saw an absolutely amazing run from Slash going all the way through the losers bracket. He didn't quite win the whole tournament, but Jesus fucking Christ, he put up an absolute showing. And I bet there's going to be sick stuff like that again this year. So please, watch it. It's great. It's awesome. I know I sound like an Arxis show right now, because I kind of am. It's kind of my job. But please, it's awesome. It's sick. But that's not the major thing. Some of you may have noticed something and have been gyrating in your chair. When's he gonna talk about it? When's he gonna fucking bring it up? It's right there. It's on the screen. Yes. Regarding the highly requested improvements to the network mode. What do you mean by this? What does this mean, Arxis? It is no lie that Guilty Gear Strive has had problems with its lobbies since launch. Since before launch. In the beta, people were complaining about lobbies, and it's been 4 years. People have had a lot of problems with Guilty Gear Strive's network over the years. And now, a little bit late, I'll admit, but now they're finally addressing it properly. And hopefully, this will lead to a nice little fix. Hopefully, it'll mean that we can actually play matches against each other. It's the vaguest statement possible. It could mean a bunch of different things. It could mean a revamped tower, giving it a ranked mode instead of just Celestial. It could mean that we just get fixed lobbies where the lobby works and you don't have to worry about it. It could mean that you can see someone's ping before you go into a match. We don't know. Chat room, we don't know exactly what they're working on. Do not go crazy. Please, I beg you. I know it's easy to take these things and run to the hills with them with the wildest speculations possible, but we don't know what this means. But I don't want to get anyone's hopes up. From the sounds of it, it's not going to be bad. They do specifically say they're taking the community's feedback into consideration, which means they will hopefully be mostly focusing on the connection issues and the actual lobbies themselves, hopefully giving us some way to actually play against each other properly, which I think would be nice. While I would like it to be a ranked MMR system, I understand that this late in the game, that's not really a viable strategy. So just being able to actually play the game and getting rid of all the kinks and the bugs in the network mode would be sick. It'd be awesome. It'd be so good. So hopefully, that's what they focus on. Hopefully. We'll see. As for the new features in training mode, I don't want to get my hopes up. I hope this means frame data. Guilty Gear Strive's training mode is not the worst one ever. When it came out, it was kind of classed as a good training mode. The only thing it was missing was frame data. And then obviously Street Fighter 6 comes out, we get the frame viewer, we get all these in-detailed practice routines, and everything that we can tweak. And suddenly Strives doesn't look as good anymore. It's a lot better than the older games, but it's missing a couple of things. Hopefully, this is adding official versions of mods that people have made into the game, like the frame viewer, and the frame data shower, and things like that. I really want frame data in the game. Something like that would go a long way in just making it a lot easier to understand how the game works. Obviously, replay takeover would also be something that's absolutely amazing. It's been added into older ArcSys games, so hopefully they'll be able to figure a way out. I know it can be a little bit finicky depending on how you save replays. Here's hoping. Now, this isn't saying that either of these things are going to be added. They might just add... I don't even know what they might add. ArcSys can be a weird company at times. We're definitely in a better state with ArcSys than we were back in the Xrd and BlazBlue days, where it kind of felt like they were doing whatever they wanted. Now it feels like they're actually talking to us. They're actually explaining what their thought process is and giving us a little bit of a sneak behind the curtain, which I really appreciate. As someone who gives too many sneaks behind curtains, I really appreciate that. But it could still be that they think people want something when we don't, or they think that this would be a good idea, and they try it out, it doesn't work. Let's be real, chat. We didn't know when Venom was coming out. And this, instead of it being a pushback on the release date, we can kind of just see it as an announcement of when Venom's coming out. At least that's how I view it. I already assumed we weren't going to get him till March. I'm going to be real with you. I didn't think we were going to get Venom till March. Unica... No idea. When's Evo? August 1st. We're going to get the Lucy trailer at the start of August, and we'll get Lucy at the end of August. Unica... June? I don't know. Sometime between that. End of May, start of June. I already thought that that was the release schedule, so this is fine for me. It's a little bit sad knowing that we could have got him earlier, but I'm okay waiting another 2 months. Oh god, that makes it sound bad, actually. How long was it since Dizzy? Dizzy came out October 31st. It's already been... Oh, fuck. It's already been 3 months. Never mind. This is actually bigger than I expected. It's already been 3 months? 3 months? Now that I realize how long it's been. Fuck me. I understand the decision. I think in times like this, it's very easy to get annoyed and to get angry about things. However, you have to remember, people work on these games. ArcSys is a collective of people who sit down and design all of the characters, make all the models, make all the animations, then they go out and they get other people to voice them. There's people inside who are working overtime to fix bugs that have been in their engine since fucking Xrd. And they are people. They have lives. They work hard. And I think getting upset because a character in a video game is coming out later than you expected is a waste of time. Genuinely. I think if people are getting genuinely upset about this, which I hope they're not, you're wasting your own time. Genuinely. I would much rather, personally, have the developers be able to live their lives while working, have the competitive scene around the game be more stable, while in a very unstable state, granted, and get a good quality product at the end of the day, rather than get it earlier and have more shit being added onto the pile. That's my fault. That's how I see the situation. I hope the people working at Arc System Works are being treated well. I hope you guys don't have to crunch still to get this out. I know it is a massive workload to get these characters done. I hope that this gives them a little bit of breathing room. We'll be fine. Don't worry, chat. We can kill 2 months. I know we can, because we do it all the time. Let's just go back to arguing about characters for another 2 months, and it'll fly by. You won't even notice it. Still, though, I think this is a good decision, and I'm happy with it. I'm excited for when Venom inevitably comes out. I'm excited for the changes to the network mode and the training mode to see what happens. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun. And most importantly, I'm happy the fact that we actually got a notice on what's happening, even if it is the vaguest, slightest hint about what's going on. So yep, that is the news from Arc System Works about Venom's delay, as well as the slightest hints of what's to come. Let me know how you think and feel in the comments. I hope that everyone is okay. Please be civil about it. Please be nice. Let me know what you think the mysterious network and training mode changes are, what you hope for them to be, and what your realistic expectation is. I would be streaming today, but I've got a lot of work to do. So I gotta make tomorrow's video. And it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good. I hope you all enjoy it. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow for a main channel video when it inevitably gets done. See you guys.